Hey y'all, what's up? Zach here, another YouTube video today. Before I start this video, this is gonna be kind of a long video. To start out with, and once y'all read the title, y'all will know why. There's a lot of information that's gonna go into this video. I'm gonna talk a lot about this video. It's been something that has been on the headlines of the news for a while. It's a big topic. So with that being said, I'm going to get into it now and talk about it. Now it says, female Dallas cop who killed man in his home, charged with manslaughter. Now it says, a white female police officer who shot and killed a black man in his apartment after she mistook it for her own. Now it says, the officer's age was 30. She says she was booked into jail Sunday. She was released on a $300,000 bond. It says she shot him around 10 p.m. Thursday. She was returning home after her shift. She reported the shooting to dispatchers, and she told the officers that responded she had mistaken his apartment for her own. His members of the man's family questioned the explanation of the shooting, and then the mother asked Friday if it was a white man, would it have been different? Now, I'm going to stop right here and talk for a minute. Now, like I said, for especially those of y'all that have subscribed to me or have watched previous videos, almost every video I do, I have my police flag up, or I'm wearing an Army shirt, or a police shirt, or a U.S. Pride shirt, or a combination of all three. Now, with that being said, a lot of y'all people say, since I have my police flag up, some of y'all say, you know, I only think cops do right, you know, okay. You know, in this case here, as far as what she did, you know, who knows what the case is. Did she know it was her apartment? Who knows? Did she know there was a black man in there? You know, who knows? Did she think he was a black man? You know, who knows? I've heard different things about this, repeatedly. You know, I've heard that some people she said that the lights were dark and there was no light in there, so she couldn't see, but she saw someone moving, which would be hard to do. You know, if it's pitch black and it's 10 p.m. at night, you know, I don't know how you could see anybody moving. Which you could hear somebody moving. You know, if someone's moving around your house, say you could see them. You know, and you probably could see somebody in an apartment. You know, apartments aren't that big, so you know, you probably could see someone moving. As far as shooting him, you know, could that have been handled differently? Yes. But if you think it's your house and there's someone in there, you know, why would you not shoot, and why would you take the chance of walking in there and, you know, it'd be someone in there or someone not being there when there's someone really is in there and it is your apartment? So if that's the case, I understand her shooting, and you know, if that's the case, now, if she didn't know, if she did know that wasn't her apartment, you know, then that's completely different. Then she needs to be charged with murder, because, you know, it obviously wasn't her apartment, so what was she doing there? And she was off work, off shift. That's also completely different. Now, if she also knew it wasn't her apartment and knew that a black man lived there, and then she shot him, that brings into something different completely also. That brings in a race crime, or hate crime, and then murder. You know, nobody really knows right now, what happened. You know, the only people that really know is the man, her, and God. So, you know, I don't want to jump to conclusions. You know, I don't want to make it a big race thing right now. You know, a lot of people have been bringing race into it. And don't get me wrong now, I feel what the mother's saying. I get what she's saying, as far as being white versus being black. You know, a lot of people feel white people have more privilege. A lot of people feel black people have more privilege. A lot of people feel Hispanics and Mexicans have more privilege. You some people feel the LGBTQ community has more privilege. Nobody has more privilege than anybody. If you commit a crime and you're found guilty of it, you're gonna get charged. Now, has there been times when certain races have been convicted of crimes and they've gotten a lesser sentence or a bond? Yes, there has. There's multiple counts of it, but I don't want to make this big race thing. I could go on and on about multiple cases that have been dropped or had crimes reduced or charges reduced or bonds set lower so they could get out of prison or jail. And but I don't want to make it a big race thing. So with that being said, I'm gonna skip over that part now. Now it says the officer's blood was drawn for alcohol and drugs. Results have not been released yet. It says on May 2017, she was involved in a shooting while on duty. It says according to an affidavit and the case filed against her, police were looking for a suspect. When her and another officer came to assist as backup, a struggle and a combative suspect and then a struggle began. It says the officer fired her taser, which the suspect wrestled away from her. She then pulled out her gun, shooting him in the abdomen. She was not charged in the shooting at the 2017 murder in May, and it says she was a 4-year veteran. Now, like I said, this has made national headlines. One, because it's a cop and a black man. That's the first thing that they put in the news. A officer kills a black man. Okay, but like I said, they want to jump and make it straight a racial issue, which is it racial? Who knows? It could be racial. Maybe it's not racial. Maybe she really did mistake her apartment for his. Maybe she did think it was her apartment and somebody was inside of her apartment, but like I said, it could be racial. Most of these police officers are here to protect and serve and want to make the community better and make where they live better and safe, not for only their families and themselves and their loved ones, but also other families, other loved ones, and themselves. So, like I said, I will always have first responders, whether it be police, fire, EMS, and also our troops, retired or active duty, all of them. I will always have their back as long as they are doing something good. And if it's something I don't know about and I'm not sure about, I'm going to wait until I get all the facts. And if I get all the facts and I'm still not sure, then, I'm just not sure. Like here, this is still early. It's still early, and I'm sure they will find out what really happened. I think it was a good idea that they did draw her for drugs and alcohol, because that would make a big difference. Then one, they could also have time to keep her in jail longer, because they could add on additional charges like, well, how'd you get there? Be DUI, reckless driving, add on charges like that. Because she had to get home, so it'd be something along those lines, or it could be anything like that. Keep her in jail longer, keep the charges up, make the bail higher so she couldn't get out. So that could be one of the problems there. But she is out on a $300,000 bond. I don't know if she has any conditions on her bond, like, gotta stay in Dallas or stay in the state, ankle monitor, I'm not sure. Manslaughter is a serious charge, so I'm not trying to downplay it either, so I'm not trying to downplay that it could be racist, and it could be that she knew he was black and she went and shot him. I'm also not downplaying that she honestly thought it was her apartment and she shot him because she saw someone that what she thought was her apartment, I'm not downplaying either side. I just don't want to make it a big racial thing, and then it turned out not at all to be racial. But I also don't want to downplay the racial side, and it turned out to be racial. Because if something turns racial, especially a cop and a black man, people are gonna express their feelings, and I don't want this to turn out to be a big protest and things get out of control and be worse. It hasn't been that long since we had the shooting in Dallas that killed the cops with the sniper. All the school shootings. The mass shooting at the gaming convention, the armed bystander that shot the guy in Florida, the shooting in Cincinnati, the shooting I did in my last video in Tennessee. There's so many shootings every day that there's so much hate, and a lot of people question police officers' response and why aren't they doing this, why aren't they doing that. A lot of people target police now. A lot of people think police are racist, which, don't get me wrong, there are bad cops out there. I've met them. There are good cops. I met a lot more good police officers. Like all the police officers that I met, I probably met like 100. I met like 1 or 2 bad out of 90 out of 100. So 98 were good. So for all the people that say, police officers are racist, police officers don't do nothing to make your job, your day worse. Police officers don't do nothing but harass you. People say F the police, okay. And like I said, everybody got their own opinion about cops, got their own views about cops. I got mine. Some people agree with me, some people disagree with me, some people are in the middle with me, and that's your opinion to feel how you feel. I just don't want innocent people getting hurt protesting, cops getting hurt trying to break up protests. Wait until we know what's going on, exactly what happened. There's no need to be going on a tirade until we exactly know what happened, what she did, what he did, what she thought was her apartment or not. They'll find out the truth eventually, and then if it turns out to be racist, I'll do an update on this video. And if y'all want to hold up signs, try and up her charges, which I'm sure if it turns out that it was racist, I'm sure she'll get charged with a hate crime, or her charges be up to murder, or both. If it turns out that she really thought it was her own apartment and she thought somebody was in her apartment, which she thought, her charges may be reduced or they'll stay the same. I'm just trying to not downplay either side, but not make either situation a possibility, because nobody knows what really happened yet. So with that being said, like I said, it was gonna be a long video. With that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. So if there's any opinions y'all have, let me know in the comments below. I would love to get y'all's opinions and y'all's views and y'all's comments on this. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and also if there's any videos y'all would like me to do, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be doing those videos also. And thank you for watching.